Hello, young lords and learners. I am going to discuss Jonathan Swift as a satirist in this class. Jonathan Swift was the greatest satirist in English literature. He hated mankind. He did not like the hypocrisy, pride, false glory, show off in human beings. This great genius was born on November 30, 1617 in Dublin, England, and he breathed his last on October 19, 1745. Jonathan Swift was a very learned man. He studied many authors, many writers. He got education in Cambridge. Later, he became dean of a church of England. Jonathan Swift wrote brilliant satires such as A Tale of Hattab, The Battle of the Book, Gulliver's Travel, A Modest Proposal, and so on, so forth. Now let me talk about Jonathan Swift as a satirist. Jonathan Swift became a great satirist in English literature. Satire was in Jonathan Swift's blood. It was kept under control while Sir William Temple lived, but after his death, Jonathan Swift gave free rein and expression to his satiric impulse through his different satires, such as Gulliver's Travels, A Modest Proposal, A Tale of Hattab, and so on, The Battle of the Book, and so on. Whether he was writing of the intrigues of courtiers in London or the atrocities of the English in Ireland, whether he was exposing the false learning of the pedants and critics or the false pretenses of an almanac maker, his aim throughout his satire was to make sin and folly bleed. In the pages of his pamphlets and the Examiner, and when he could no longer write anything openly, his satire on human nature took the form of his imaginary voyages or journeys. For instance, Gulliver's Travel. Always serious or ever serious, Jonathan Swift remained always serious in his life. Satire for Swift was no laughing matter, Addison and Steele laughed gently at the fables of their fellow men and tried to correct them by showing how ridiculous their small weaknesses were. Swift, on the other hand, was a ferocious satirist. Sin and folly did not amuse him at all. They made him certainly angry. As Sutherland points out, Swift satire is a spontaneous overflow of powerful hatred and indignation. His intellectual satire. Swift's satire was highly intellectual. He distrusted the emotions, particularly enthusiasm of all types. With his keen vision, he saw the physical, intellectual, and moral diseases of mankind. These made him angry, and with a great moral earnestness, he set about exposing each one of them. He desecrated human nature to bits. Finally, what remained of the glorious race of Homo sapiens was only a set of vermins crawling on the face of the earth. His victims. Swift's satire was directed against a few persons and several institutions. He wrote personal satires on Wharton and Partridge, the astrologer. His method was to pour overwhelming ridicule on the persons concerned. But Swift did not indulge much in this type of personal satire. Most of his satire is directed against human beings, Homo sapiens in general, and their political, social, religious, and intellectual institutions. The best examples of his political satire are A Modest Proposal and his comments on the political, judicial, and military organizations of Britain in the first two parts of Gulliver's Travels. His satire against pedantry and religion is to be found in A Tale of a Tub. His best satire against science and philosophy is to be traced out in the third book of Gulliver's Travel. His satire against the abuses in religion is to be found in A Tale of Tub in length and breadth, and his argument against abolishing Christianity. His main target, man himself. Most of the satires of Jonathan Swift are impersonal and is directed against human nature as a whole. In a letter to Pope, Alexander Pope writes, "I hate and detest the animal called man, although I heartily love John, Peter, and Thomas, and so forth." In Gulliver's Travels, he attacks human nature as a whole, but there are lovable persons like Redressal, Glumdal Cleach, Lord Manody, and the Sorrel Knack. Peter O'Neill has the following comments to make on the aspect of Swift's satire. Previous satirists had been inclined to concentrate on a specific types of characters or on victims or vices, pride, avarice, and lust, to which men and women of the period seemed particularly subject. But Jonathan Swift's indignation is universal, and his target is man himself, man who builds only to destroy and loves only to betray and pollute, who before Swift's birth had invented gunpowder and after his death was to stumble delightfully upon the secret of the atom bomb and atomic energy. Positive and negative aspects. Jonathan Swift keeps positive ideal in front of him in writing Gulliver's Travel, A Modest Proposal, A Tale of a Tub, and so on. Thus, to conclude, Jonathan Swift was a great satirist in English literature. He is still remembered for his brilliant satires, and he will continue to be remembered for his brilliant satires in the coming days. Thanks a lot.